So just before concluding the symposium, I just have some comments about what we discussed just now. The end of the symposium is more focusing on fisheries, and the symposium had a majority of presentation about fisheries, and even just mentions the 13 5-year plan launched in 2016, so two years ago, and there is indeed there is a lot of hope about this 5-year plan, because it seems that there is most important measures than we have that we had before. Some measures are identical, like reducing the fleet or reducing subsidies, but maybe in the context of ecological civilization it will be a shift, but it's too early to respond of that, and I think it's our mission, our task, to follow what will be the implementation of the new measures in China. Most part of them, of course, concern the Chinese EEZ and Chinese coastal waters. And we know that sometimes there is some interaction, because some measures are taken regarding the coastal waters, but you have consequences abroad. For example, if we take the example of the reducing of subsidies or the reducing of Chinese fleet, I read one interview of one professor of Shanghai Ocean University, Professor Tsai, and he just said that the reduction of the fleet is still the solution for protecting the fish stock or fighting against overfishing in the Chinese waters. And he mentioned also the development of aquaculture, or the re-employment of some fishermen in the aquaculture in 2016, but this kind of measure have already been taken before in the past, and it seems that now the aquaculture sector in China is facing also, like, I don't know if we can speak about one crisis, but maybe we have the limit of the development of this kind of sector in China. And he mentions that the possibility to develop the offshore aquaculture. But Daniel said yesterday that the aquaculture is not really sustainable also. And recently, the biggest aquaculture farm has been installed in the southern part of the Pacific, in one South Pacific islands, I forgot which one, attract the very big investment of Chinese companies for developing the aquaculture. And especially in the context of the 21st century maritime Silk Road, maybe we will have this kind of investments abroad in the fisheries sector. So the challenge is, of course, whether this kind of investment will be sustainable locally and globally with the addition of them. So the initiative, the measures are very important at the domestic scale, but of course the consequences and at the global scale will be important to observe. And we will see if that's a turning point or not in this very important sector, the fisheries sector. Now, so I would like to conclude the symposium. I don't have the pretension to make the synthesis of 2 days of presentation. It was an experimentation or a challenge to bring together a lot of specialists about ocean and sea sustainability. Some colleagues, specialists of marine biology, some colleagues, specialists of political science or international law. But at the end of this symposium, I'm satisfied about the results. I think we had a lot of interesting presentations, very informative presentation, and it's very interesting for a geographer, specialist in geopolitics, to have some presentation about the environmental situation in the China Seas. It helps a lot to understanding the issue on which we are working. So I think this kind of exchanges, when we don't have time to read paper for biologists, it's important to have this kind of dialogue sometimes for better understanding some issue. So I'm really happy to have this experimentation. I would like to thank the organizers and supporters of the event, the speakers, of course, and the audience for your questions and your presence. In terms of continuation, I just want to say that we recorded all the symposium, so we will publish online the symposium. We will publish only sequences with the authorization of the speakers, of course. So I hope we will have almost totality of the symposium, but maybe one or two will be missing. But so we will keep you informed. If you send some emails to the organizer, to the SWIBS or to the CFC, we will be able to give you some more information about the publication in the coming weeks. It will take time, of course, to prepare file and to publish them. But I hope by beginning of July, the symposium will be somewhere on YouTube, and the video will be available. Another project, maybe we will discuss with colleagues, will be to publish one special issue about China fisheries policy in the academic journal China Perspectives, which is published by DCEFC. It's a peer-reviewed journal, so the special feature will be published if papers, of course, get a good evaluation. But we will try to prepare with colleagues having presented some presentation about fisheries issue. We have 6 or 7 speakers, so we will try to make something on this. We will be also informed about that, about the publication if the process is successful, but I think it could be next year or maybe in 2 years because it takes time, as you know. Thank you very much. I conclude now. Thank you. Bye-bye.